Hello YouTubers, we've made it back to the beach for another episode. Today we've got the British Rowing Coastal Beach Sprints Trials for the year. So it's a slightly different format to what we did in the previous weekend in Jersey. This time we're going to run down the beach, get out there, slalom around the buoys that we did last time, 90 degrees around the top buoy, 90 degrees down the next buoy, and then straight down and then run back to the start/finish line. So similar to the time trial, we've got 3 time trials to do. One of them can be discarded and then you take an average of the best 2 that you do to make your overall position. So we're gonna get warmed up straight into it in this episode and then we're gonna get onto the water. I'll be first to set off, so that can be a positive and a negative. I get to get out there and show everyone what might or might not happen, but we deal with the cards we're dealt, and I just have to go out there and do as well as I can. So let's get to it. And finished the first time trial. Quite a few things that not necessarily bad, like I hit the turns well, got in the boat and didn't quite slip the feet in, so it took a second, get by a wave, pushed out because my feet weren't in, so slow off the line in the water, and then a little bit dodgy getting out, but overall good run, good first run just to warm up. Now we're going to get the breath back, recover a little bit, and then see what everyone else has done. On to the next one. And that's us finished with the first time trial. Gregor and Sam came in first and second place, so congratulations to them. Now it's a case of cooling down but staying warm. It's not too warm out here, a little bit windy, so easy to cool down. For me, I ended up in 8th place. The timings themselves, 1st to 4th place, there was about 2 seconds between them, and then 5th to 8th place, about 2 seconds between us there, and then between 5th and 4th place, about 6 seconds. So for me, 8th to 1st is about 10 seconds. So to gain that time, as you may have seen in getting in the boat, there's a lot of time to gain there. And then going around the course a little bit different, I could turn a little bit better and be a little bit cleaner around the buoys, gaining half a second there. And then as always, there's a strategy of just try harder to go faster. But been really good so far, had a clean run relatively, and it's going to be exciting to get on to the second time trial. The way the trials are working, the top 4 from these time trials go on to doubles matrix this afternoon. So in order for me to progress after the time trials, I have to go much faster over the next 2 time trials. But that's for future Yam Squad to look forward to. Right now we go out, but right now we relax, we keep warm and get ready to head back out onto the sea for the second time trial and see if we can go a little bit faster and get a little bit better than 8th place. So, see you out on the water.
on, Natalie.
Oh, what's the name?
Halfway down the beach.
Waves coming in.
Into the water, back to the boat. Down, get that. Close the gate. Shoes, hand the handle to the
Wave.
Well done.
And second time trial complete. Thought that was a much better entry, much better feeling of speed going pretty much all the way around. A little bit dodgy on the top buoy, but still relatively clean. And then felt like I was good coming back the way. And then just the last was on top of a wave a little bit, and you would have seen I went that way. And for those of you that don't know, it can be quite difficult to control. These boats are really flat and they want to basically kick round if you get off of a wave, and so that's what happened. And so you can do a couple of things to correct it. One, hope for the best. Two, so what I did is I was going too far and I had to held it down on one side, slows the boat down, gets it straight so that you can keep going. Or you can just do nothing and it can almost sometimes correct, but usually not. And so it's the idea of which of the 3 or 4 options is going to save you the most time. I chose holding it down, which definitely lost me time overall, but probably lost me less time than other options. But the time I did save, for example, getting in the boat better, having what felt like a faster run both ways, probably used that time up on the adjustment stage at the end there. So time-wise, relative to everyone else, probably very similar, but that is beach sprints. You have to deal with the conditions out there. You have to deal with the cards you're dealt, and I don't know what everyone else did either. They might have had issues like I did in the previous run, or maybe they hit a buoy, or even got caught by a similar idea wave. Because of course, out there the waves they're not uniform, and we're all set off in times that don't line up with the waves. So you could have a run that's literally a minute apart, but you basically have a completely different set of conditions just because you're in or out of a certain set. But again, that is the nature of the sport. Waiting on the time trial results for number 2, and then we head out again for number 3 and see how we get on. Yeah. And we're on the bike. Haven't got the time trial results for the second one yet. Unfortunately, there are some timing issues. There seems to be someone hasn't stopped the timing for someone throughout the men's time trial. So we have to wait. They have backups, etc., but you can't look at those backups until all the time trials are done. And since they're using the same watches and whatnot for all of those time trials, the juniors, the men and the women, we have to wait till all of those people are done, and then they can go back and iron out the timing. So taking a little bit longer for us to know what's going on next, but that's a little bit of the nature of the beast. And we just have to deal with the cards we are dealt. So on the bike now, getting the legs moving, not cooling down too much, and just keeping the body ready for this last time trial. The water itself is picking up, and more people are capsizing, so there might also be an adjustment to that third time trial, but that's for future Yam Squad to look forward to. Let's keep the legs warm.
Oh, fuck.
And we've been given an update. Unfortunately, we've not been given the results for the men's time trial, but we have been told that 6 people in each category will be doing a third time trial, which we don't know particularly why, but that's what we're going to be doing. We don't have the results yet, so we can't really know where I was sitting in that second time trial. It would have been good to get a third run out there to see how we get on, obviously, but that is not the cards we are dealt today. Now it's time to watch and see how the guys that were faster than me do it, and I'm going to get the big camera out, big lens out, and film and see what we can do there. So let's get to it. That is the senior men and women finished up their time trial for the people that were selected to do their third run. The results for the second time trial for the men are now out. I was, as anticipated, a bit further back because of that little incident going sideways, but on the positive side, so I was in 9th place for that time trial, which is only just back from the first time trial where I didn't have any big incidents. So overall, a much better run, just a big chunk of time taken off that. If that incident didn't happen, probably would be 5 or so seconds quicker. Therefore, instead of 9th place, it would probably push me into 5th, 4th place, which would be a big improvement, but obviously you can't ignore what actually happened, and the results are the results. So, learning opportunity, great to get out here again and race, and it's definitely a big step on from the Jersey regatta a couple of weeks ago. So, planning on continuing to step forward. Unfortunately, not into the doubles matrix for the next part of the trials process today because I wasn't in the top 4, which I feel is a bit unfortunate because the double offers, it's a massive boat. I really feel I can apply my power much better in that boat and move a lot better around the course in a double versus the single, where myself and athletes like Charles Cousins were a bit taller and a bit heavier. We generally don't really fit in the singles. There's a lot of changes happening, but right now the coastal singles, especially when we're sharing all the boats, we don't actually really fit in them very well. But that, again, we have to deal with the cards we are dealt. Really enjoyed my trials process time out here this weekend, especially we did some training here all week, and so getting to learn from guys like Gregor and Sam that have come first and second so far, seeing how they do it, and it's all about that consistency, confidence, knowing what to do in certain conditions, and that only comes with time spent on the sea. For now, I'm going to enjoy the rest of the trials, watch the guys and girls again do what they do really well, and see if I can take any of what I see and do it myself. But tomorrow we have another regatta to take part in, and it'll be very similar, but hopefully, assuming the weather's okay and everything goes on time, we'll get some side-by-side work in as well. So, similar regatta to Jersey as part of the Four Nations regatta. Tomorrow will be the English Beach Sprints regatta, and then later on in the year we've got the Scottish Beach Sprints regatta too, and then the Welsh one also. So, that's a future Yam Squad to look forward to. Going to enjoy the rest of the day. The sun is now coming out. And as always, Yam Squad, if you enjoyed this episode, hit that like button. If you didn't, let me know in the comments below why not. And I will see you in the next episode.